You grow up idolizing somebody and then get to the point that he's backing you up for the same thing that you was idolizing. Realize that this is serious. This is getting real.
Francis, congratulations on getting the big fight. Curious, was there any time in the negotiations where boxing politics could play a factor that you thought maybe this wouldn't happen?
Yes, of course. I mean, at any time, I knew it was something that could happen. Is a possibility, but I keep believing it.
You are famous for overcoming insane odds in not just sports but in your life. Do you think that's why you feel you can go in there against one of the best boxers probably of all time and feel that you can beat him? Is it because of your upbringing and what you've had to overcome that you have faith?
It's not because of my upbringing. You have to understand the reason why I have that upbringing. I think it's all about the mindset, the mentality, which is still the same thing, the same drive, the same thinking. Just go out there, try, give everything, give your best, and then that's how I get here. So why why I should change, right? I keep believe in the same process.
There's a theory that to win this fight, the only hope you have is to land one big shot, right? That's the thing. Oh, if Francis lands it, we might win. But do you think, no, I can go in there and I can box with this guy and I can provide the skills to match him?
In fact, that's what I'm going to prove. That's why I'm doing this. I think, okay, the one-shot guy, you can get away with the one shot for some time, but not always. And I have heard that same story before. Looks like deja vu.
How do you think your skills translate from MMA to boxing? They're similar sports, but they're not the same, right? Have you noticed a difference in your own punching since training more in boxing than MMA?
I know there is a difference. I mean, I never thought it was like the same thing. There's some similarity, basically as a combat sport, but they are very different. Like on the focus, on the training of on the stand and everything. Just for a little reminder, I started doing boxing even before MMA, and then when I came to MMA, I have to like adjust my boxing style to fit in MMA. Otherwise, it wouldn't work.
How is sparring been without wrestling, without kicks? How is sparring been just being able to focus on one discipline?
It's just different. I do that sometimes. Even when I do MMA, I used to train spar with Carlos even when I was in my MMA camp. So I used to that.
How many leg kicks did Tyson Fury take on you for his win?
Not so many. Not so many. I've seen them what? They have done anything wrong except like chasing their dream, right? Or pursuing what they believe in, what they want to do, and they have done it. I don't see anything wrong about it. Huh? You don't get elected to fight. You get there to fight. You deserve the sport. So I mean, if somebody get himself all the way there, that means he's doing something right.
President, when you think about it, it's the best heavyweight in boxing versus the best active heavyweight in MMA. Essentially, boxing versus MMA, there's no other way to slice it. The best versus the best. How exciting does that make you?
You can slice it like that, but now I see it more like two boxers. For this fight, I'm not training with the MMA mentality. I'm an MMA guy. I'm going out there to box. I'm training as a boxer. I'm getting the more, right? So I'm not seeing myself as an MMA guy. So I hope you guys to see me as a boxer.
Carlos Takam told me that you boxed before you went into MMA. Exactly where are you as a boxer? How skilled do you feel like you are?
I mean, I never had a chance to like find out how skilled I was before I get into MMA. So I cannot give an accurate answer of that. But
John Jones said he wanted to fight Tyson Fury, but he's not, like you are. Do you think John Jones says those things to try and take something shine? Does he mean it?
I don't think John Jones is trying to take something from me. I think John Jones is just part of the system that I stood up against, and that at some point, this was trying to stand on my way until they are not in my way anymore.
Are you surprised they haven't been more vocal about you since the fight was announced?
What is that?
Are you surprised that that system hasn't been more vocal about you since the Tyson Fury fight was announced?
I don't know. I don't listen too much. I just focus on doing what I do. Everybody does what he does. I do what I do. So,
Cam, in your eyes, what's wrong with the MMA system in your eyes, Cam? What's wrong with the MMA system in your eyes?
what's wrong with the MMA system?
What's wrong with the UFC, the MMA system in your eyes, as far as monetarily, with this being the largest payday that you've ever received, but maybe not the biggest fight that you've ever been in?
Oh, definitely. Oh, what are you talking about? Let's just say this is the beginning of my career. We can put it that way, of my professional career.
The money you have on the difference that you're getting in this fight, or is it just a little bit more because you're?
No, it's different. It's different, a lot different. And I was saying the other day, this just hit me up the other day when I was on Joe Rogan podcast. Like I just realized, like, if I combine all my salary that I've made in MMA, he can't even be half, or maybe he could be half of what I'm going to make in my next MMA fight. Don't go to boxing, MMA. Let's stay on the MMA. So, and I'm speaking for myself. So I don't know what you think about that, but for me, it's a huge difference.
Would you urge other fighters to do the same as you and to take boxing matches like maybe Usman or the Stylebender?
Everybody chase his dream. I encourage everybody to chase his dream. Some people's dreams are just to do best in MMA and do MMA. We are not. We don't have the same dream. We are not. We don't have the same motivation about anything. But if somebody has a dream of boxing, yes, he should, right? But you can't just think that everybody out there want a boxing match. No, they are not. Some people have a wrestling background, jiu-jitsu background, and they want nothing to do with striking, even in the MMA fight. So it's up to everybody.
So many people dream of the opportunity, so many pro boxers dream of the opportunity to train with Mike Tyson. You had that dream realized. What can you say to them about what it's like to train with Mike Tyson? What's the best lesson that you've learned so far?
Well, they have to come and train with Mike Tyson to find out. But he's cool. I think it's something very unique. For me, it's not just like training with Mike Tyson. Growing up, never watch a TV, never watch a boxing match. I know Mike Tyson by the name, basically from his famous fight against Holyfield, and he was always like my idol until I get the opportunity. So I didn't miss the opportunity to slide that in. Like whenever I fight Tyson Fury, would you be in my corner?
What's the biggest thing you think of your life right now? When you think back to the
Let somebody ask the question too.
What's the biggest thing you've learned from Mike Tyson training?
I think it's also the, I'm looking for a right word to explain it, but it's also like, it's more like the person, like you grow up idolizing somebody and then get to the point that he's backing you up for the same thing that you was idolizing about it, and then you kind of like realize that this is serious, this is getting real, how real this is getting, right? Like the Mike Tyson who I always admire boxing, he's the one that is right next to me talking and giving me tips how to win this fight. That alone, I think, is something that you can't put a word on it.
How does that compare to winning the UFC championship? Maybe not the dream of boxing, but Mike Tyson training.
Life is not about to compare stuff. You have to be able to take everything that is come, appreciate it. It's different step, and you have to, at any step along the way, you have to appreciate it, enjoy it. After this, something is coming. I believe something is coming after this, right? But as for right now, I enjoy this. And when he was the UFC title, I enjoyed it. So I can't just act like he wasn't cool. He was cool. This is cool for right now. This is the best, and tomorrow, the best is coming.
Do you feel like you need to fight John Jones before your fighting career is over with?
I don't feel like I need. I feel like I want. I want. It's not a need. I want.
How do you match up versus John Jones?
Huh?
How do you match up versus him?
What do you mean? How do I match up?
Like skill wise.
Well, put us in the octagon, then you will find out.
Francis, Derek Lewis is recently out of contract with the UFC. Are you surprised he re-signed?
Oh, he has an 8-fight year.
Yeah, he re-signed with him. Are you surprised he didn't try and come and fight you against
No, I'm not surprised. I know they'll go after him pretty heavy because he wouldn't be very bad if he didn't resign. I would have done the same thing, so I know.
He fought Stipe twice. Does he have a chance against John Jones? You know,
Oh, yeah.
50-50 or
Oh, yeah. I put 50-50 on that fight.
why is that?
Well, because I fought Stipe twice, as you just said, and I know Stipe pretty good. Yeah, I fought Stipe twice, and I know he doesn't look like, but I know how tough he is. I know how good he is. I mean, I know very well.
Francis, you said after this fight that big things are coming. Have you looked at the heavyweight division as a whole? Kind of what sort of things are you wanting and who are you targeting for after this fight?
Yes, before this fight, I was exploring different options, but to be honest, for right now, I'm focusing on this fight because you don't know what the future holds for you. You know, I'm not saying that because I have something guaranteed in the future, but this fight itself, which is definitely the biggest that I've ever been part of, you know, and let's see. But the boxing world is interesting.
And is that where you stay in? Will you keep going down the boxing route now? Is that what your plan is?
Combination, boxing and MMA. I have some Copa MMA fight I have to figure out.
Francis, what would you say to 10-year-old Francis Ngannou working at the sand mines? What would you tell him now, knowing how your life has turned out?
Nothing. Because it's that same 10 years old, it's the same mentality. I mean, it's just that 10 years old guy. I mean, I'm definitely older than that time, but a little bigger, but still the same. Still think the same. I haven't lost that at all.
How exciting is it for you that you're now not just a role model to African children, but also to other MMA fighters who realise they can push past the system, they can do what they want if they fight hard enough. Does it matter to you that you are a role model, not just to young children, but to everyone in this sport industry?
I don't know if I'm a role model. I just focus on doing my stuff. And if along the way he inspires somebody, great. I'll be glad about that. I can tell. Some people inspire me that I'm happy about it. You know, earlier we were talking about Mike Tyson. There was a lot of chance that we never met. You know, and if we have never met, he will never know, right? So he just focused on doing his thing, and he has the impact spread out.